Hey guys, it's Mountain Walk, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Bridge from Below. So, it got banned. Most people saw this coming. I thought that this would be the card they chose to get banned, and the article about the banning today that Wizards released, they said that they were looking at Altar, Bridge, and then Hogak. And they said, well, basically, Bridge is the big problem here. And I think that was the correct assessment. I think a lot of people uh, also, some people saw and made that again the same assessment. And I think it's absolutely true. I think Bridge is definitely the card that's the issue here. Because it takes resources to cast Hogak. You need to delve, and then you need two creatures in play to even get them in play. Um, Alter is good, but the argument that people were making that Alter being a free sack outlet is too good, it doesn't really make a ton of sense because, I mean, there's things like Viserys here that have been in the format forever, and while they've been good, they haven't been absolutely busted. I mean, free sack outlets are good sometimes, but typically those kind of things are just value engines. Things like Carrion Feeder, also in the deck, but they don't really break things, I think. Whereas Bridge gives you like what 6 to 8 power of cards free in one turn, easy. I mean that's like the floor for this card. It's pretty insane. If you ever play with it in Legacy or Vintage, in Dredge, I mean the card's absolutely busted in half. It gives you. I mean how much is a 2/2 worth? A little over 1 mana, probably not. I mean, probably not two for a vanilla 2/2. Um, you probably a little over 1 mana, and this gives you like 8 power, like for free. That's just it, for free, for no reason. It's just like okay, you don't really have to work very hard because the decks that play Bridge from Below have all sorts of dudes that die all the time, or you have things like Cabal Therapy where you can sack them, or Icarids which just die on their own. So yeah, this card is definitely the one that's really breaking the rules of the game, giving you way too much free stuff, and that enables the Hogak deck way too well. And I think like the deck can still stick around. Whether or not it actually still wants Altar of Dementia is debatable. Um, it is kind of an interesting like alternate kill, but I don't think it probably does not. Um, but the deck is still playable. I think still do stuff. It's not totally super dead. It looks a lot slower, a lot grindier, less combo-y, which is again probably good. Just the deck was a little too fast, put way too much power into play, way too quickly, and was far too resilient to any hate cards. Because even if they rest in peace you, what you have like a carrion feeder, a grave crawler, and like a Hogak in play. It's like oh man, you still have a turn 2 clock. Like nice rest in peace. So that's kind of a problem. But it's a lot nicer now. Um, it should be hopefully still a pretty decent deck, another decent graveyard deck to play. 'Cause the deck's pretty cool looking. I think it's pretty sweet, pretty nifty. Um, they didn't say anything notably about Faithless Looting or Ancient Stirrings in this deck, especially just or even in general in Modern. And I think that's a little interesting. I think that's telling. It seems like they're okay with like the pre-Modern Horizons meta with Dredge and Phoenix being really strong, and the sort of graveyard powered stuff being pretty amped up. Um, and banning Faithless Looting probably wouldn't, because Faithless Looting isn't even really the strongest opening in this deck and in the Hogak deck. Uh, because I mean the only really good thing it gets like bridge out of your hand. That's pretty important. But something like Stitcher Supplier, which is better with Altar of Dementia, and just a better turn one drop and Enabler. Um, Faithless Loom would have been bad, but it wouldn't have slowed the deck down, the Hogak deck down, if it got looting, if looting was just banned. So I guess I mean this sort of at least the way I'm reading it, it seems to sort of they're implicitly admitting that they're okay with the Dredge and Phoenix decks, which aren't like overly broken, but very strong. They're okay with all the different ancient stirring decks. Those are okay. Um, I guess they've. It seems like they've definitely given up on modern being what like the turn four format, or wasn't that originally what they wanted? Now it's like everything's just so crazy, so much more powerful in the last couple of years. Like really went nuts. I remember when it's kind of like still fair and fair decks and stuff like that. And now it just feels like totally insane. So, but that is what it is. So I don't know if there's any way to put the genie back in the bottle. But I guess they're okay. I guess lootings and stirrings will live to see another day, and that's okay. I think those cards are fun and they enable different decks. Um, I mean, at least for the time being, they're fun. I mean, it kind of suck. Like Phoenix probably wouldn't be very good without looting, just because it wouldn't have any way to really get the Phoenixes out of his hand outside of playing something like Tormenting Voice or Cathartic Reunion or whatever. So uh, we'll see. We'll see how things shake out. But this is good. Slower format, able to get slower, a little bit more dirtily strategies, give them a chance to see how they're gonna do their thing. Should be good. I'm interested in seeing what's happened. Of course, M20 Core 2020, whatever you want to call it, that's coming out very soon. Um, Now we can all play our Goblin Ringleaders and play our little red dorks, just like you should and like we've always wanted to. So that'll be sweet. That'll be really cool. And if it goes back to a sort of like slower, fairer meta, should be good. I mean, definitely pretty good news for the people that like to cast like one mana one ones uh, that don't really do that much. So that's cool. That's good. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens, and we'll see at one of the new Mythic Championships, Mythic Invitational. I mean, everything's fucking called Mythic these days. I don't even know like what the next tournament's called. I don't even understand like how professional play is or how you get qualified for things. All that stuff doesn't make any sense. Oh man, I don't know. Anyways, I think there's a big modern tournament coming up, and was it? God, was it Barcelona? Ugh, I really should pay more attention to this stuff, but that's okay. No biggie. So Bridge is banned. No changes to any other formats. It would have been nice to see something like Mind Twist and Earthcraft in particular to be unbanned in Legacy. That would have been cool. I don't think they do that much, but it's the default state of cards is to be unbanned, so there needs to be a reason for them to be banned, other than just inertia, which I think is a stupid reason, or they're just not paying enough attention. Um, so yeah, who knows? But I think it's okay that they didn't unban anything, including something like Stoneforge in Modern, because everything's been so in flux. Like I said in one of my previous videos, everything is totally kind of crazy with all these different sets coming out, and then we still have even more stuff, more commander sets. So maybe we'll get more mistakes, more true names or something in Legacy. And then of course the new fall set coming out, well, in fall, so it's not very soon, but yeah, so we'll see how things shake out. Hopefully everything turns out good. That's okay. They didn't unban anything. But I mean, I don't know. They never unban anything, anyways. Even when they ban stuff in Legacy, they'll never unban anything. It's just like this is just ridiculous. Like, why are we having like some of these just embarrassing cards on the list? Oh well. Oh, one other thing. I can't remember what podcast it was. Someone asked Gavin Verhey this if they were gonna unban Goblin Recruiter, and he gave a very quick, succinct no answer. Not very telling, other than the fact that they don't think it's very safe. Maybe it's something about stacking your deck. I don't know, but whatever. That's okay. I just thought that was kind of cute. Anyways, so that's it for today. We got Bridge banned. It probably deserved it. I think it was the best hit. Hopefully some sort of Hogak version survives. That's a pretty cool, fun deck. I like it. We'll see how that shakes out. But get ready to start casting Goblin Ringleaders and Goblin Matrons and Goblin War Chiefs and Mock War Marshals and all sorts of other guys. Sling Gang, Siege Gang, Gang Gang. This podcast is brought to you by Gang Gang. Gangweed, obviously. Gamers are very pressed. But okay. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.